Hi there, a very good morning and good evening to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This is Simply Stocks, and I'm live in this live session with you in this YouTube live session. I hope you all are doing well. Slightly late because was in court in some kind of work, so couldn't come at 6:30. But would like to discuss with you the stellar listing of Nykaa and where the stock could be headed and plus the way the markets have behaved, and will answer your queries as well. So a very good evening to all of you here. So hi Sumit, hi there, uh, and hi Praveen. So let more people join in. As far as the markets are concerned, markets have been uh, on a downturn. So 18,400 is not to be taken out as at the moment, and the stocks are falling, and we are seeing mid and small cap falling even more, left, right, and center. So currently we are in a situation where the markets have declined from those 18,400, 500 levels, the higher levels, and now 17,800 has been breached. So we could be headed much lower from here. This was the prime reason I was a little bit skeptical and you can say bearish about the market, because it looked like that there could be more selling coming up. But having said that, on a you can say something like a 2 week, 3 week basis, this looks a market in which buying should be done, because on a very short term basis, I see fear in the market, and there is a, a chance that if somebody buys at 17,700, 750, 17,600, is going to make money on the short term, say from about 1 month, 1.5 months time from today. Kelpest also came out with numbers, so we'll discuss about that a little bit as well. Uh, so stay tuned for that as well. So interesting times because of this unicorn listing that took place, Nykaa and things that have gone ahead, and there are both kind of parties who believe that the listing of Nykaa has been obnoxious with the kind of valuations it is getting. There's some who believe that there's a long way to go in this business, and beauty, and you can say this kind of business will continue to fathom a high rate of growth with the kind of demand that it has. So a disclaimer: I have investments in Nykaa. Uh, Taking that disclaimer forward, and taking everything with a pinch of salt with what I say. Uh, yes, the valuations are extremely stretched at the moment, but what you need to understand here is that you have to compare it, and there is no peer available, but compare it with other, you can say, online businesses that are listed, and you will understand that most of them in fact are loss making, and there is info edge which is making and making money for you, but other companies are loss making at the moment. And so it is very hard to understand what could be the PE, because there is no E in those companies. So hi Praveen, thanks for your contribution. I would say better to get into a Motherson Sumi from a 2 years perspective with 230 to 40 years as the current levels. For a good target of say around 300, 320, that would be a better target to be looking at, rather than getting into something like Amara Raja. Coming back to this listing in Nykaa, I believe that yes, the valuations are stretched, but if you compare it with other companies that are online listed, and there is no peer, but let's say a Zomato that got listed earlier and at 76 and went to 150, and now is meandering between 130, 140, and even after horrendous results that came out about uh, yesterday, probably a day back. The results have been not that great, but the stock did not fall. So the kind of, you can say, response we are getting to all these kind of companies, because of the strong sales that they are producing, so 1,000 crore quarterly sales by Zomato, tells me that the valuations for these companies are being judged currently in the market in a very different manner. So if you take Zomato's valuation at 105, 106 crore, market 105, 106,000 crore market cap, 106,000 crore market cap, or something like that, and a sales figure of around 24, 2,500 crore for the last year, it is trading at around 40 times earnings. So sorry, 40 times sales. So if you consider 40 times sales for Nykaa at the current levels, yes, it is priced to perfection around this because the sales were around 2,450 crores. So it is exactly the same as at valuations as Zomato, but Nykaa is a very profitable business. In fact, on terms of operating profit, it has done exceptionally well from a loss of around 40 crores 3 4 years back. It has come back 40 50 crores of loss in term operationally. It has come to a level where it is producing 150 crores of you can say operating profit. So I'm talking about operating profit margin of around 6% 7%. On the bottom line, with a profit of 61 crores, 2.5%, you can say net profit margin, it looks decent at the moment. And if the profits continue, which the management has talked about, and management has talked about taking care for the investors and the kind of valuation that they are getting, they are aware of it. I believe that the trend could continue. Yeah, there is a possibility we could go to 80,000 crore market cap on Nykaa, but I believe that if we take 40 times sales, 42 times sales, and the sales are going to be somewhere in the region of 3,500 to 4,000 by the end of FY22, we are looking at 1.5 to 1.7 lakh crore market cap for Nykaa over a 1 year period. Yes, there will be up and down movement, there will be circuits, there will be even lower levels, and we saw what happened today with the selling. But I believe that this is one of the stocks. Normally, I don't talk about any IPO that come in and whatever kind of valuations they come in at, but this is one of the very few stocks that I believe that could perform straight away and that could continue to perform, be it 20% yearly or 70% uh, yearly. So in that sense, around 2000 to 1800, if you get opportunity around 2050 2070 and something like that on a very bad day, it's good to have some 5 to 7% exposure into such stocks like FS and e-commerce. Coming back to the results of Kelpest, I would like to say that Kelpest has been performing well, and the numbers that have come out with 17 18 crores of sales is pretty good, and eventually the profitability has been around 50% of what the sales have been, and which is a pretty good sign. So I said earlier that after the pandemic, we are looking at 50 to 60 crores of sales yearly. We are going to hit there. I mean, we are going to do better than that, probably around 70 crores or so for the year, which is quite decent. And eventually, the EPS would end up being something like 60% of it, which is quite exceptional. The kind of margins that this company produces. So, with the 70 crores, we are looking at something like an EPS of 40 rupees, 35 rupees coming up, which is quite good, around 30 rupees of EPS. Taking 450 as the price, it's trading at 15 times earnings. There could be some kind of decline tomorrow because of the year on year numbers looking so bad, that over 100 crores of sales have become 17 crores. But you have to realize that the company is doing well. The pandemic is, you can say, at the moment is past its peak, and doesn't look like that it's going to come back. And alhamdulillah, that is pretty good if that happens, that we are away from such things. So if normal sales are taken into consideration, 17 crores is a very good number. If you take FY20 numbers, these are very good figures. So I believe any levels below 400, if you get an opportunity, 10 12% decline, it's a good buy. I still believe the stock is headed much higher, and over the next 3 years, 3 to 4 years, you will see the stock beyond 2000. closer to 2500. So the results are very good in Kelpest, and I hope the trend continues as we go along. All right, so I'm ready to answer your queries. Can you use the super chat and super sticker feature that helps me grow the channel? That will help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Also, you can be a member on YouTube, a member on Patreon. So if you are comfortable doing that, become a member on YouTube for monthly on a monthly basis and check out its benefits, and you'll hopefully you'll get a lot of benefit out of it. All right. I say Loris Labs around 470, 450, very good levels to buy if you have a 1 to 2 year time frame. The stock could perform extremely well. Santosh, thanks for your contribution. SHIL and Acresil after results. Can I add more? SHIL is a add around 440, 435. If you get a chance around those levels, yes, definitely add a disclaimer. I have the stock. Acresil as well has come out with very, very decent numbers. I believe Acresil's 1.5 year target is around 1100. It is slightly stretched, and that is why the selling came in. Any level around 720, very good levels to get into Acresil again or add more into Acresil. 720, 730 would be good levels to get into. So one more circuit and then probably start planning to get into it. IX is a very, very decent, you can say, monopoly to be in from a long term point of view as well. Levels around 720, 730, again, very good levels to get into IEX as well. Uh, See, Mastech looks extremely attractive at these levels. MTAR is also good. It's not that MTAR is bad, but Mastech, a disclaimer, I have it around 2700 to 2800. Very good accumulation going on. You can start adding. Yes, there could be a situation where for 1 or 2 months things may not turn out good, but from a 1 year point of view, you can get 35 to 40% upside in the coming you can say 1 year on the stock. All right. Yes, Sequence Scientific can be added here. I mean, between 180 to 190, very good levels to get into Sequence Scientific. And probably the stock should do well over the next 2 years. It has not performed, but the stock has fallen 50% from the top. Okay. Lawyers have fallen more than 5% today, sir. Why much correction? See, the correction is going on because people are looking at next 1 or 2 quarter results and how the performance would be. And that is why housing companies, real estate companies, such ancillary companies are doing well, or consumer companies which are set to produce very good numbers are doing well. So we are looking at 1 2 quarters. When you look at Loris and Sequent both have said that 1 or 2 quarters of pain could be there, and from FY23 onwards things will look upward. So probably from around Feb, the movement will begin in these companies. If you are patient enough, you will get 700, 750 on Loris in the next 6 months. You will get to around 250, 260 on Sequent over the next 6 months, and then even higher levels depending on the results for the June quarter. So there's a long way to go still, and that's why people are not quite getting into these stocks. All right. See, IRCTC, after the flip flop of the government, I'm not very convinced to even invest into the stock. That is my stance, or in any government entity, and people know about it. But just looking at the stock technically, it looks like that 800, 820 could be a strong support, and we could head higher for the next month, month and a half. But really, with what has happened, I would stay away from the stock from a long term point of view. See, Patel Airtime is a good stock, but remember to have one of these stocks like Patel Airtime. You have previous Denpro, you have Kelpest, you have many other under 1,000 crore market cap companies that are available, or between 1,000 to 3,000 crore market cap company. There's NGL Finecam also, which is a very good company, and many others in the smaller business. But the thing is, have one of these and pick one of these and stick through it. So yes, Patel Airtime could also come. the company could do well, but we look at the next 2 quarter results and then probably get into companies of such sort, and buy one of the best in the business in the smaller caps as well. Okay. Should I switch from HDFC AMC to CAMS? CAMS is a very, very decent company and now is at very good levels. You can do that, or you can, what you can do is, if you have a 2 3 year time frame, I mean, these are very good levels to get into Loris Labs. I mean, below 500. These are very decent levels. It doesn't look like that you will get huge fall from here on in after the stock has fallen some 30% from the top. So pick your, you can say, stock in a manner where it is a top class company, but the stock has fallen 25 30% from the top. I don't have a comment on Praj Industries because of, you can say, religious reasons. I would not like to talk about some of these kind of companies. Can we add Infobeans and Explio for 4 6 months? Well, now this is a difficult call. Are very decent companies to buy from a 6 month point of view. I don't know. Probably keep a 10 to 12 percent stop loss. So let me have a look at Infobeans and I'll let you know. Uh, in both the companies, the long term charts look very good. The long term prospects look very good. But from a short term point of view, anything can happen. If this market is headed below 17,000, you're going to make a lot of losses buying into these companies. So, probably what you can do is buy Infobeans at a level closer to something like 400 410. That would be much better than buying it now. So Infobeams is a buy around 400 410. Then here, so around 5 7% decline from current levels. Okay. I won't say Ucal system you can buy if you have really analyzed the company and you believe that over a period of time it's going to perform. Do go ahead and buy it. I have not analyzed it that much to talk about the company at the moment. I think GMM Fodler, if GMM Fodler performs well, many of the pharma companies would perform. I was looking at Alembic Pharma's number as well. I mean, the numbers were okay, but they are facing problems from the US FDA front and many other things. But it is trading at something like 11 11 times earnings, 10 11 times current earnings. So many of the pharmaceutical companies have come down to levels which they were before the pandemic, and that shot up that we saw during April, between April till the end of the year, that have gone away. So many companies uh, are available at those levels, apart from GMM Fodder, that you can look at. Although GMM Fodder may still do well, but the whole sector would do well, and then this company would do well. See, Clean Science came out with numbers, and numbers were fine, but the market wanted more from the company. So around 2000 1900 are good levels to get into Clean Science. Wait for some decline and then probably get into the stock. SBI cards is a good long term story, very good company. So probably look at that from that point of view rather than buying as a trade. Stovecraft and Ease My Trip. Sachin, let me have a look. Let's take this call as well. So basically, both the companies pretty good, and especially Stovecraft, on which I made the video earlier. And I don't know what is the current price. So let me just open that up and I'll let you know. So the system is hanging. So wait a second. All right. So Stovecraft currently is around 1037. So it has been a consolidation between 950 and 1100 that I always talk about, that a stock consolidating. You can buy at current levels from a 1 year point of view, and we could head towards 1250 1300. So good 25 30% upside possible. There's a strong support around 990, 980. So you buy here, you buy some more at 990, and around 900 could be the stop loss. Target could be 1300 over the next 1 year at least in the stock. As far as Ease My Trip is concerned, let me just open that up as well, and we'll let you know. So I think you're talking about Easy Trip Planners. So basically, it is around 510 at the moment, and there has been a decent decline from the top. So I would say if you are a short-term player into it and you want to buy from a short to medium term, say 6 months time frame, then buy above 530, and you can get 680, 700 on it. If you're a long-term player, you can buy here and buy more at 480 and hold 2 years. You will get 40 to 50% upside on the stock. All right. See, Policy Bazaar is a very decent company. I think after listing, probably you can book profits or book in this rather than holding on to it from a long term point of view. Let the market settle down lower and then buy a gain on in the stock. Canara Bank, see, I don't talk about banking that much as to how the performance would be. Most of them are avoid for me. But the way the stock is behaving, you can keep a stop loss around 210 and hope for the best if the stock continues its performance. Okay. See, Kelpest is a buy around 410, 420. If it goes there, 420, 430, very good buy. Prevest is a buy at these levels, but have only one lot. Do not have more than one lot and do not have more than 5% exposure into such stocks. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being online. We'll be online again on Sunday. And kindly do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post, and support me on Patreon or YouTube. Thank you.